The mind is formed from the inside out. Welcome to this program, Vivid View. God has been faithful. Hosting is Ahilis. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
The act of participating in an unlawful behavior as a minor or individual younger than the statutory age of majority is called juvenile offending. Indeed, juvenile delinquency in Nigeria is the topic for today's discussion. A lot, I must say, is really happening behind the scene in this regard. The guests will be introduced shortly after this break. Don't go away. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Welcome back. For the interest of those just joining us, the topic has been introduced as juvenile delinquency in Nigeria. And with me in the studio is a child advocate and certified counselor. Let's make welcome Mrs. Titi Lokbe Odelola.
Vivid View.
Say and do it. Before discussion proper, please follow us on social media handles are displayed on the screen. You're welcome again.
Thank you, ma'am.
Titi Lola, I hope I'm sure I'm correct.
Titi
Lokbe. Yeah, Titi Lokbe, you're welcome again.
Thank you.
Now, what's your perspective on this topic under discussion now?
Like you rightly mentioned,
Yeah.
a whole lot is happening in the society. And we should all be concerned as an individual, as a parent, as a church, as a mosque, as a society at large. And until we all are interested in what the children are doing, what the youth are doing, then we can have a shift in behavior, a change in attitude, and a wholesome, developmental, healthy, and worthy life.
That's a good one. Can you please mention some of these causes of this children's involvement in juvenile delinquency?
Lately, you will see that children are not even interested in going to school anymore. If you ask some of them,
As bad as that.
horrible, ma. They'll tell you, I just want to be a billionaire, without even having any
Just like that.
knowledge of how to make the money, and without understanding or undergoing a study of how money can be made, which is a form of education. Truly, you can't even make the money. So, and then we have poor social economic situation right now. Everyone in Nigeria is going through. The society is not safe. Insecurity issues is there. Water, some even lack water. Some even lack housing. And so you will get to see children just strolling all around to find comfort in every areas of life. And some transit, some are dropped out of school, and some we have some going through issues. When we talk of issues, you know, some are going through, exactly, ma. Some are also going through domestic issues at home. When they see their parents going through domestic abuse and all that, and they see that the home is not even comfortable for them. So the next thing is, let me be out of this place. So they run out of home. And some is lack of money, lack of food, lack of security, lack of clothing, that they are not even getting to see at all.
That's poverty.
Absolutely, poverty, man. You know, so these are some of the causes where children or juvenile are experiencing in the society. They are causing them to be delinquent in the society.
And because of this, now they can do anything to survive.
Yes, ma.
So they can put their hands even in kidnapping,
prostitution,
and so many things to survive. Just too sad. Okay, we'll take a break. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
Now, how should children involved in crime be handled?
Like I mentioned earlier, ma'am, everyone has to be involved until we are all interested in the lifestyle of a child. Now we have to go back to the communal life, which is the community as living. You watch my child, I watch your child.
Before.
You know, and yes, that is the way.
That's supposed to be.
Exactly, ma. And a lot of children are not experiencing parental love. So until they experience that, and another professional angle we can look into is cognitive behavioral therapy. Every child that goes through child delinquency or juvenile delinquency, when they even reprimand them, now we're dumping them in the remand homes. and they are dumped there, nobody gets to go back to check
Is that still
them.
functioning? Remind homes?
It's functioning.
That's a
Ma.
good one.
It's functioning.
Which they eventually call corrective centers.
Corrective centers. We have for the girls, we have for the boys. So, but when they are there, how do we help them to be reintroduced back into the society? How do we reform them? How do we make them even know that what you have done is what brought you here, and this is the next? So that's the restructuring cognitive behavioral therapy I'm talking about. When people, mentors begin to go there to see them and speak to them, and make them to know that you are still part of the society, but you can do this to get better in future. So when we do that, and another thing, when children go through delinquencies, they are not supposed to be taken to the police station. That is not the first thing. They should be interviewed to know what made them to act that behavior, because it could be that it's pressure or what they are going through that made them to just feel, self-esteem issues make people do what they don't want to do. So maybe when they are interviewed and they get to say what they're experiencing, and then people can put them in the corrective homes, then we can bring on mentoring, and they're bringing in professionals that can speak to them to make them restructured back into the society, not just dumping them into the corrective homes.
You just made a salient point. Dumping them into corrective homes. That will not solve the problem, because they will not even feel remorse of what they have done.
Absolutely.
But if they are being kept there, I don't want to use the word dumping, if they are being kept in corrective homes, like the word beer, corrective.
Yes.
There should be some individuals that will be sent to go and teach them.
Yes,
tell them what you have done. So do you know why you're here? Because you did something. You're not supposed to do that. And
yes.
If you don't leave them like that, some of them may even grow worse.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Than they were before.
Because
they
pick some other behaviors from other people.
So I think our government needs to come into this and see how we can reform that remind home.
Yes, ma'am.
Send workers there. You also create job for our
yes.
ladies.
Yes.
Send workers there to take care of the children, because they are the future, even now and future. They are our tomorrow.
Yes,
they are everything to us. If we cannot correct them now, I wonder what they will be when they become older, because we are already passing throughout this phase, So please, it is very important. We must not neglect these children.
Yes.
It's like they are being neglected. We must not neglect them. So many things, like we mentioned, actually made them to do what they are doing. Bad influence and so many other things. Hardship, things they are seeing through between their parents that are struggling for life. Daddy beating mommy all the time. They are tired of it. They think, oh, is this how life is going to be? Let me find my way. Sometimes too, the breadwinner, their father died untimely.
Yes.
The mother couldn't cope alone. So these so many things actually that made the children to behave the way they do. But we, government, need to step in to correct so that we can save our future. They are our future. We need to save them. We'll take a break now. Vivid View.
Say and
Do it. Welcome back. We are still discussing juvenile delinquency in Nigeria. And that takes me to the next question to our guest. It says, what is the mechanism put in place to curb this by government particularly?
Okay. The government themselves should work with organizations,
NGOs,
individuals, yes, ma'am, to re-educate the society. We cannot but emphasize on education and enlightenment. It could be through what we're doing right now, ma'am. This is a fantastic program.
Thank you.
People should keep learning. Education and learning does not end once. It is a continuous thing. And so when in rural areas, on radio, you can hear all sorts of languages. We do that. We enlighten people, we teach them, and most importantly, teach parents to learn to care for their world. Life challenges happen to anyone.
Yeah.
But when it happens, what do you do in caring for your children? Because these are the things that make children to go out of their way. Some are even saying, I went out of my way to steal because I want to help my parents at home. Some will tell you, I'm going to prostitution because I just want my parents and my younger ones to live.
This is Vivid View.